Welcome to Manifested Publishers. My name is Mr. Dongo. I am an economics lecturer. Today we'll be covering that is Economics August 2024 paper, question 4, and we start with Roman A. We read the question, then we put it on the board. It says this: state 5 factors that limit the success of economic integration in developing countries. I repeat, state 5 factors that limit the success of economic integration in developing countries. State 5 factors that limit the success of economic integration in developing countries. So state 5 factors that limit the success of economic integration basically in developing countries. Developing countries, first of all, are countries that are not yet developed. They're in the process of developing. And when you talk about economic integration, we talk about these countries coming together basically to facilitate trade amongst member states. And you said one of the examples of this economic integration, a given example is like the COMESA, where you find developing countries coming together in order to facilitate trade. A given example of economic integration is COMESA, where countries come together to facilitate trade amongst member states. In the quest to facilitate trade and facilitation of cooperation amongst member states, there are a number of factors that basically hamper such integration. And some of the factors that we know basically does that is lack of trust amongst member states. We also have a number of things that deals with political instability, probably in the continent where those developing countries are. We can also talk about the difference in currency, may also hamper such integration. But you also know that there is violation, where you find some other members may violate the agreements that are basically enforced in such integration. We can also talk about some of the reasons that why these integrations may not work is difference in the level of technology. The countries that are probably more developed in terms of technology than other countries, and so with such, they may not be able to engage in such integration. But lastly, we can talk about a number of things like external influence. You can find countries that are not within the integration actually coming in and causes mayhem in such agreements. And therefore, at the end of the day, you find that such integrations are not facilitated. We can put them on the board. Say one, lack of trust amongst the member states, lack of trust amongst the member states. Number 2, we have what we call violation of agreements. We have number 3, very important, we call it external influence. External influence. So we can also have political instability, what we call political instability, within the region. Political instability within the region. And lastly, we can talk about what we call difference in currencies, what we call difference in currencies. Difference in currency. We can add one. We have that is difference, what we call difference in the levels of technology. difference in the level of technology. That when we have difference in the level of technology, that may also hamper agreements within the integration. And that is basically how one should approach this very question. And in looking at that question, the examiner is very clear that it needs 5 points. So the 5 points meaning that each point is equivalent to 1 mark. So as you do that, you must make sure that you're within those points and you can provide extra so that you stand a chance that even if you're not in a position to get the second or you're not able to get the third, but you have an extra mark on that, then you'll be able to get the whole question. That is how we basically approach that very question.